I bet you didn't know that the story of a people isn't just written in old buildings or books, but right inside their DNA. For Mexico, this story is really deep. It's about surviving, moving around, and amazing civilizations growing. To ask where Mexican DNA comes from is like asking one of humanity's biggest questions. Modern science lets us trace these beginnings, showing that most of their heritage is from indigenous Americans. Mexico isn't just one type of people. It's a mix, like a mosaic. Its genetic makeup is as varied as its landscapes. DNA from the Yucatan might echo the Maya, while DNA from the Central Highlands could show Aztec roots. Understanding all this variety is key to truly appreciating Mexico's rich human story. So, let's go back thousands of years, following the path of the very first explorers. We'll see cultures being born and how their genetic legacy still lives on today. This is the story of Mexican DNA, a testament to toughness, cleverness, and the shared history of all people. It's a story that belongs not just to Mexico, but to all of us. I bet you didn't know that the story of Mexican DNA begins in a world of ice. If you or someone you know has hazel eyes, become a member of this channel and you got unique advantages. Our story kicks off during the last big ice age. The sea levels were lower then, revealing Beringia, a huge strip of land connecting Siberia and Alaska. Herds of mammoths and bison roamed there, followed by small groups of human hunters, the first Americans. Genetic evidence shows they were a distinct group, all on their own for thousands of years in Beringia. Here, a unique genetic makeup formed, perfectly suited to the cold, harsh environment. About 15,000 years ago, melting glaciers opened up new routes to the south. Driven by curiosity and the need to survive, these pioneers ventured into the Americas. Their journey wasn't just one big wave, but a series of small groups moving southwards. The DNA of modern indigenous Americans, including Mexicans, carries the mark of these founding populations. Their bravery laid the groundwork for every civilization that came after. The journey started with a single step onto a new continent. Their legacy lives on in the DNA of millions today. Once in North America, the first peoples found a world of incredible variety. They adapted to cold tundras, grassy plains, forests and deserts, learning new ways to get by. The journey south was slow, with groups splitting off to explore fresh lands. As they entered what is now Mexico, they faced huge changes, from high plateaus to steamy tropical jungles. Being isolated by geography led to distinct genetic patterns, a process called genetic drift. Over thousands of years, neighboring groups became genetically unique. This set the scene for Mexico's amazing indigenous diversity. Old discoveries, like the ancient skeleton Naya, confirm a direct link to those first Siberian travelers. These early settlers are the ancestors of today's Mexicans. Their journey wove the first threads of Mexico's human tapestry. The story of Mexican DNA begins with their footsteps. I bet you didn't know that the roots of Mexico's great civilizations began with a simple act, planting seeds. For thousands of years, Mexico's first peoples lived as wandering hunter-gatherers, really in tune with the land. Around 10,000 years ago, a quiet revolution started. They began to grow plants. Teosinte became maize, and with it, beans, squash, and chili peppers were grown. Farming allowed people to settle down, supporting larger populations and permanent villages. This change sparked the growth of towns and, eventually, cities. As groups mixed and traded, their DNA blended, making Mexico's genetic landscape even more complex. Not everyone started farming at once. Some stayed hunter-gatherers, further adding to the gene pool. The DNA of a farmer in the Valley of Mexico was different from that of a hunter in the north. This era saw one original group branch out into hundreds of distinct communities. Each adapted to its own surroundings, creating a rich genetic mosaic. The seeds of civilization were also the seeds of a new genetic identity. This farming revolution shaped Mexico's future. It laid the groundwork for the great cultures that were to come. Farming gave rise to Mexico's first great civilization, the Olmec. The Olmec built ceremonial centers, carved enormous heads, and developed early writing and calendars. Their influence spread through trading, mixing DNA across different regions. After the Olmec, the Maya thrived in the south, building cities, becoming experts in astronomy, and creating a very clever calendar. The Maya world was a network of city-states, some cut off, others very cosmopolitan, with genetic links to far-off places. In central Mexico, Teotihuacan became a huge city, attracting people from all over Mesoamerica. DNA from Teotihuacan shows a melting pot of genetic heritage. The Aztecs later united much of central Mexico, ruling a diverse empire from Tenochtitlan. Their capital was a hub of ethnic and genetic variety. Today's Central Mexicans carry a genetic story written by Olmec traders, Maya writers, Teotihuacan merchants, and Aztec warriors. All of these layers are built upon the ancient foundation of the first hunter-gatherer. Modern genetics lets us read the story hidden in our genes. Studies show that most Mexican DNA is indigenous, going right back to the first Americans. This ancestry varies by region. Yucatan DNA echoes the Maya, Oaxaca DNA links to the Zapotec and Mixtec, and the north reflects nomadic roots. Mexico's genetic map is proof of its ancient diversity. DNA reveals how trade, migration, and empires shaped the population. Some communities remained isolated, keeping their unique genetic heritage. Others became real melting pots. Ancient DNA, like that of Naya, confirms a direct link to the first migrants. Remains from cities like Teotihuacan show incredible diversity, with residents from all over Mesoamerica. Genetic evidence brings the ancient world to life, connecting grand history to individual stories. It shows that Mexico was always lively and interconnected. The DNA of modern Mexicans is a living archive of this epic journey. It's a story still being written today. Why are there not more people talking about the secrets hidden in our bones and stones? The story of Mexican DNA is echoed in old artifacts and ancient remains. Olmec stoneheads show a society that valued individual identity and family lines. Maya tombs, like that of Pakal the Great, might soon reveal DNA linking royal families. Everyday objects, pottery, wall paintings, show how people and ideas moved, blending genes across regions. Maya-style murals in central Mexico hint at deep connections and migrations. Even victims of Aztec sacrifice, studied through their teeth and DNA, reveal the empire's vast diversity. These remains offer a snapshot of Mesoamerica's genetic mix at a single point in time. Artifacts and bones are clues in the detective story of Mexico's past. They remind us that behind every genetic marker was a real person. The story of Mexican DNA is written in both bone and stone. Each new discovery brings us closer to understanding our shared human journey. I don't think people understand just how deep the story of Mexican DNA really goes. The story of Mexican DNA is one of amazing continuity and resilience. It connects the first hunters, the farmers, and the builders of cities across 10,000 years. This deep ancestry is a source of pride and a central part of Mexican identity. It highlights Mexico's diversity, a mosaic of peoples, languages, and traditions. Understanding genetic history connects individuals to their roots and communities. It challenges simple ideas of identity, celebrating complexity. Genetic knowledge also helps medical research, aiding in tailoring healthcare to Mexico's unique population. The journey of the first peoples still shapes lives today. When we look at Mexico, we see the culmination of an epic story. The DNA of its people is a living archive of survival, migration, and creativity. It's a testament to the lasting legacy of the first Americans. The roots of Mexico run deep, and their story continues to grow.